Happy Wednesday. And it has turned out into a really happy one. This morning started off a little rough. It was Caleb's first day of school, and I jumped the gun and was convinced that the bus had stranded him, and it was raining. So I pick him up from the bus stop, and like 2 minutes later, I see the school bus making its way out of our subdivision. So I was like, well, so I was gonna end up late to work. My interview was at 9 a.m. and the plan was I was gonna come in, get my morning inboxes cleaned out, and you know, walk across the Sky Bridge to the building that the interview was in, because it's all on the same campus. You guys, by the time I got out of that parent drop-off line, I ended up in traffic twice. Once due to a car accident, and the other due to broken lights, because we had a little bit of rain. A little bit of rain, y'all. That's all it takes around here. I didn't get here until 8:38. My interview was at 9. So I went and applied a little coat of lipstick and fluffed my hair, because my hair this morning was big Texas. If y'all don't know what Texas big hair is, please Google it. My hair was Texas big this morning, and a little bit of rain that got me flattened it out some. So I was in there fluffing up my hair and putting on some leaky stick, and I made my interview. And you guys, I wasn't nervous because I'm familiar with the company. I know, I feel that I would do a good job. I think it would be a good transition. But of course you want to make a good first impression, right? Now the lady that I had talked to set up the interview, she was really sweet and cute via messaging, because she was using little happy face emojis and stuff. I'm like, oh, she's down to earth, she's friendly, right? Which is a good thing, because you know, that helps, you know, with the nerves and all. And she was just as lovely as she seemed to be over our emails and stuff. She comes out, opens the door, and has the brightest smile. You can just see it in people. She had the brightest friggin' smile. Made me feel at ease so fast. And I really liked her. She was talkative and friendly, and she seemed to be trying to sell her clinic to me, where you would think I'm supposed to be trying to sell myself to them. But I just really liked her. I felt good vibrations from her. She had a really positive, really good energy. She reminded me, guys, of my practice manager, my current practice manager. Y'all know how I feel about her. She gave me those kinds of vibes. She gave me the lowdown on the doctors, how many doctors, their personalities, what I can expect in my position, and then she toured me around the clinic. When I tell you guys, I can't even call this clinic a clinic. This clinic looks like a mini hospital. It is so beautiful, so well thought out, really great floor plan. It's very streamlined. It's really nice. Like, compared to our little clinic, our clinic is very nice too, but we're kind of here and there and here and there. We're where we fit. Okay, that's why we work in little clusters and all. This has their own individualized areas. Really big clinic, guys. Really big clinic, because there's multiple doctors in there, and then they have the exam rooms that they do testing and imaging and stuff like that in. So I'm telling you, it's like a mini hospital. So I honestly was a little overwhelmed by the size of it. I started to overthink, like, can I do this with this many doctors? But yes, I can. We had 18 residents and 3 seniors. So I think I can do 8 doctors. The way they schedule, of course, is going to be different. We're using the same Epic system, but I'm sure like every clinic has their own little moves to it. But I think I'll be okay. She felt that I would be okay. And she said she was going to give the person over all of it the okay that she wanted to make me an offer. She said, this is a done deal. I will speak to the lady and tell her that I want to make you a formal offer. And I'm like, okay. But I was honest with her. I told her that I had another interview tomorrow, but that I really was glad that I had gotten a chance to interview with her first, and that I really felt good about our meeting, because I did. And then I had done a little bit of research on the clinic that I was going to interview at tomorrow. It's a women's health clinic. It's an OBGYN, and for a scheduler. And I had done a little research on it prior to the interview today. You know, just trying to familiarize myself with what it looks like, how many doctors, you know, that type of thing. And I ended up on a website that did reviews, multiple websites that reviewed the clinic, the staff, their experiences. There's a whole lot of websites you guys can go on to get reviews like a restaurant. And honestly, what I heard, what I read, was a little off-putting. Granted, they are hiring for front office staff, so a lot of the reviews were saying not so positive things about the front staff, about the scheduling staff, about the reception staff. So I was kind of a little red flaggy, because if y'all know me at all, y'all know I don't put up with nonsense. I don't want to work around chaos. I don't want to work around, you know, I don't. Wherever I end up, I want to be peaceful and just do my job. And there were multiple reviews of the treatment, of how the clinic was run, how the appointments were made. It was just, mind you, despite all the issues that are happening in the clinic right now, our clinic, when it's functioning well, is functioning well. It's a good clinic. It's a good place to work. Everybody does their job. We get high reviews, high recommendations. People, if you were to Google our clinic, you don't hear any complaints. You don't read any complaints about how they're treated, about the staff. And that says a lot. So how am I going to go from a clinic that is highly praised to a clinic that is poorly praised? I was like, So then I was still going to interview, because it was an interview and it's, you know, local. It's still in the same campus. But when I walked into the one I walked into today, I just felt like, I wonder if I should even go, because there was nothing but positivity here. Everybody I met, and she introduced me to everybody. I was there for 2 hours, guys. My interview was at 9, and I didn't get out of there till like 10:36 around there. But it was just a nice interview. So when I got back, then I'm kind of mentally weighing, should I or shouldn't I go tomorrow? I spoke with my practice manager, and I told her that she was going to request an offer be made, and I discussed with her about the women's clinic. So she went online and she found the same reviews I found, and she did mention, she said, well, there is money in cardiology. Like there's money in that, so more than likely they're going to pay well. This is before I knew anything. So, but I just like the vibe of the place. She goes, I think you already made up your mind. I said, I just hate to leave another clinic in the lurch. I said, it seems like unprofessional. She said, do you want to know how many people have called me last minute to cancel interviews? Because she does our interviewing. She goes, it's no big deal. You want to be where you want to be, and if you make up your mind, you don't owe anybody anything, you know. I understand you don't want to like flake out on them, but you go through the right channels. You go through your recruiter, and you withdraw your interest, and there's a way to do it to where, you know, you're not burning bridges or coming off as wrong, you know. She said, so she walked me through that, and then she thought I might be afraid to take the plunge, and it wasn't. I honestly just was curious about what the other clinic offered. I kind of wanted to go in and look, like really get a feel, because you can read about a place, but until you walk in and really get a feel for it, you're not going to know. But I decided probably not. I just really liked this. So I go back to work and I get a phone call. I hadn't even been there maybe half an hour, and I get a phone call, and I was told that an offer was made, and they were moving forward with making an offer, and once the details were discussed and put down on the offer, that my recruiter would call me back. Maybe another half hour later, my recruiter calls me and says that this is the offer and this is what they're offering to pay. And I was like, oh, it's $1.46 more than I make now. And the cap at this position is way more, is $2 more than I would have capped at the clinic we're at now. So I was like, I did not expect that. We were told that as a transfer, we would be transferred with our same pay. And that we were okay with that. Hey, as long as we don't have to take a cut in pay, we were okay with staying at our same pay. But when I was in the interview with the lady, she asked what my title was, and I said, well, that's the strange thing. When you look at all my paperwork, it says receptionist, but other places it says scheduler. She said, oh, well, here you will be a scheduling specialist, something. She goes, that's automatically gonna bump your pay up. I'm like, okay. I didn't expect $1.40 something more, but hey. So I tried not to act all, oh, but I was, oh, I'm like, did I hear that right? So I was just like, okay, you know, and she's like, she wanted to know if I were gonna accept the offer. And at that point, not because of the money, but at that point I had already decided I didn't want to go on the interview tomorrow. I was gonna go ahead and withdraw. Even if curiosity did make me want to go in and sneak a peekaloo, I wasn't gonna do it. So I accepted the offer, and I took it, and I got all the stuff that needed to come in. There's still some things I need to do tomorrow to make, you know, in regards to the transfer. But the clinic is just a parking lot away. Is it a breezeway away? You guys have been with me long enough where I walk that long breezeway. I showed you guys where the Callaways was, right outside of the glass breezeway and stuff. Many moons ago, I walked that walk with y'all through that breezeway. No longer do I have to do that quarter-mile walk, guys. No longer from the parking garage to professional one. But it wasn't until I accepted it that I felt a whole different kind of emotion. Y'all know all the emotions I've been going through, right? This was different. This was a sadness. This was, the only way we can describe it, guys, is mourning. That's the only way we can describe it as. And the reality, not just me, I am so happy. And three other ladies have found jobs, and we all start on the same day. We because of the way pay period is through the hospital, we all start on the same day. So my first day is going to be late September. We're all going to start on the same days, scattered throughout the hospital, because we've all found, get up there, we've all found positions within the hospital. Ay, mi brazo. So far it's going okay. I was really sad. One of my coworkers, the one up front that I work with, who is a bright light, she is so friggin' amazing. I feel so bad for her because she let an opportunity go in another state working for the government because she had no idea that this was going to happen. Had she known, she would not be here. She would be in another state making very good money for the government, with the government. And she just missed her deadline right before we found out that we're not going to be here anymore. And I feel so bad for her because she's an amazing friggin' worker. She's an amazing person. And everybody in that clinic, the patients who have come into contact with her or have stuff to do with her, just love her. freaking love her. And I mentioned that to the lady that I was interviewing with, because she mentioned that she wanted to have at least 7 schedulers. Right now she has 5. I would be 6. And she mentioned that she would like to have 7. And I told her, you know, we were talking about how everybody in the clinic's looking, and I told her I work with 2 amazing women. But our little girl, our little one, has decided that she's going to not work. She's going to be a baby mama. She's married, so she's not a baby mama. But she's decided that she's going to, you know, have her baby. So her baby's due in December. She's going to have her baby, and she's going to stay home with her baby. And when she decides to go back to work, then she'll go back to work. But the other lady, I think, would be amazing. Anywhere you put her would be amazing. She would be an amazing asset to any freaking clinic, any customer service type job, because she's nuts. Like behind the scenes, like with us, she's a nut. But when she's up at the front, she's just so level-headed, so even-keeled, respectful, professional. I like her. We all like her. And we're feeling so bad for her. She's just been in a funk the last few days, because we're having to focus on getting our resumes ready and going online and applying through the hospital in order to get your severance, and just applying outside of the hospital. She's trying to find a government job, because that's where she came from. She came from a government job. And it's hard to do at work. It's hard to friggin' do at work with the you know, with our jobs. And she's unable to really focus too much time on it at home, because she is a caretaker to her mother. Thankfully, her mother went from being very sick to being able to live independently in an independent living facility. But she still does a lot for her. So it's hard for her to find that time to do what she needs to do for herself. And we feel so freaking bad, because here we are, you know, getting a few steps ahead, and she lost her spark, y'all. She's so positive and so energetic, and she's just so overwhelmed right now. She has so much on her mind, and I can't imagine how hard that is for her. She unknowingly, you know, let go of a position that she could have been very, very happy at. So the mood is still off. I feel guilty for having found a job. I tried to keep it down low. People were asking how my interview went, and I made sure to be away from the area. I didn't want to be insensitive, because it's so obvious that I don't think she'll be unhappy for me. It's just, I know how I am. I don't want to be insensitive. I don't want all that woohoo going on around her when she's trying to focus on what she needs to focus on. I'm not doing anybody like that. I don't want any part of making anybody feel some kind of way. But me personally, that's what I was saying. I feel like this is real now. We went from shock to anger to stress to acceptance that this is happening. It's not us leaving our job and everybody's still going to be there. Like, no, we're all going to be scattered all over the place. We're not going to be able to come back together. That's it. I was able to come back this time to my little crew, my little family. They were still there. There was a comfort in that. And there's no coming back now. Everybody's going to be scattered all over the place. And it makes me sad. It makes me sad. I'm happy for those who have found jobs. But I'm sad. And we're all feeling sad. It's just like the clock is ticking. And before you know it, whether you have another job or not, we're not going to be there anymore. We're not going to see each other in the mornings anymore. We're not going to... Man, I'm sad. I'm sad, but I'm grateful that I had the opportunity to come back for a while, because I came back and was able to get close to coworkers that I hadn't been able to get close to. we've grown in all the years we were apart. We've matured, we've grown, we've gone through some things, all of us, and we came back together and bonded in a way that we hadn't before, because I'm working one-on-one with them and face-to-face with them, and I am so grateful for that. I'm so grateful that I got to know people that I thought I knew, and I had the opportunity to really spend time with them and get to know them and end up loving them. I haven't felt this way about a crew, even when I worked there before, guys. Don't get me wrong, I liked some and I didn't like others, but I didn't feel as close to them in all those years that I worked there as I do in the last less than a year since I've been back. I feel really, really close to them, and it's sad, and I'm gonna miss them, but I'm just hoping that we all land on our feet. And then I had a reality check, because I'm excited, I'm happy, I'm grateful that I have a job, and I'm just gonna roll into something in September. You guys, I totally forgot. Okay, I got a call back about the MRI for my noodle. There are no lesions in my brain. Okay, it is not. They know it's not MS. They know it's not MS because I don't have lesions, and that was the one I was scared of. They didn't see anything alarming that could signify a neurological disorder. There are still a few tests they want to do, but more than likely it is skeletal. More than likely it is skeletal, so they want to check the pressure in between my discs and all that. So now I have to go back to ortho. They're going to try and get me into ortho again. They want to... They don't want to scare me. We don't want to scare you, but we do need to measure the something in between my spine. So they didn't say spinal tap, but it's definitely skeletal. So they're going to have to start trying to figure out what is causing, the interruptions I'm having. What is causing the tingling and the numbness? They haven't completely ruled out anything neurological. They still have to do blood work and this and that. But the MS is off the table. It is no MS. There is no MS. I have no lesions. There is no scarring. There's nothing going on in my brain and my medulla that they are alarmed about. It looks good. My brain looks good. So it's definitely something skeletal. So I'm still in the weeds with that, but I forgot about the lump, guys, and everything that's been happening and all the excitement. I forgot about the lump, guys, until I got a reminder that my appointment is on the 18th. I'm like, huh? What? Oh, and my reality came crashing back down. So it's bittersweet. I'm excited about everything, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to get too excited. And then I'm like, but why would all these good things be happening if something bad is right around the corner? Why would that happen? And then I tell myself, why are you any more special than anybody else? Why wouldn't it happen to you? Why wouldn't good things and then bad things happen to you? So I don't want to think about it too much, but my faithful side kicks in. And I'm like, God, I do not know what you are up to. I have no idea why everything is falling into place the way it is, but I never do. I never know why you do the things you do. But I am going to trust you. I'm going to trust you, and I'm going to be grateful for everything that you are putting into play, even if it's temporary. I don't know why good things would happen if something happens, but that's not for me to know. It's for me to trust. And I'm gonna trust God and try not to think about it too much. Like, why would it, and could we, and what if? And I'm gonna try my best not to do that, because I don't know why, and I can't worry myself as to why. I can't. So I'm gonna trust God that all of these crazy, wonderful, stressful things are happening, and that all the dots are connecting for a reason. It's for a reason. But I'm on my way home. It's Whopper Wednesday, I'm gonna get little dude his Whopper, get home and see how his first day of school went. I'm anticipating it went well. He is so funny, guys. He didn't want a haircut. He didn't want to shave because he's trying to connect his little beard down here. Almost there. He has sideburns. Excuse me, guys. He has sideburns, little woofy sideburns. And it's almost connecting to his little goatee. And he goes, just give me a few weeks, Mom. Just give me a few weeks. Because it's been growing in. I've noticed it's been growing in. It's getting thicker. It's getting real thickums right here, but it's not quite connecting. He's got a little more growth down here, but it's just in all directions. Like he just looks like one of them, like little powder puff or one of those blowies, those little dandelion blowies. It's just everywhere. But he says, just give me a few weeks because I know it's been growing. I want to see if it connects on the bottom. I said, well, once it connects, we're still going to have to make sure that if you want a beard, that it's trimmed because it's on the sides. I said, we're going to have to do some grooming, something to keep it under control. So he didn't want a haircut. He didn't want to trim his beard, but oh my goodness. He racked his brain trying to find the perfect hoodie with the perfect jeans, and then which pair of tennis shoes is he gonna wear, and then the laces ain't right. I need to change the laces on this one, and I had to help him relace 2 pairs of shoes, and then he couldn't figure out which one he wanted to wear. But it's funny to me that, and these are his words, as long as the fit is right and my J's are good, I'm good. His Jordans. So I'm like, okay, scruffaluffagus, because that's what I started calling him. I said, so you're going to look from here down, you're going to look aces, okay? And then from here up, you're going to look like a scruffaluffagus. He thinks it's funny, but whatever. I still maintained his curls. It's not as nice as I would like for his hair to be because he needs a trim. But the curls are magnificent, okay? The curls are magnifico. Just pretty, pretty curls. But it's his head. We'll see what he feels like in a few weeks. But heading home, gonna get him a Whopper. I'm tempted to go celebrate in a thrifty way, but I'm kind of tired. I don't want to press my luck, okay? I don't want to press my luck. Everything is going pretty good today. I sang most of the way to work, and the last time I sang all the way to work is when we found out that we were losing our jobs. So I just rolled with it. I just sang, and I'm like, I gotta have more faith in my God than I do in friggin' car karaoke, you know, and being too happy with some car karaoke. But if I stop anywhere, you know, I'm gonna throw in some footage. I may or may not have already put the videos back on public, because I was a little nervous about but it is so funny, guys, that the people that I was so upset with turned out to be some of the nicest people. But oh, I don't know the thing. Let me just put that out there. If y'all been with me a while, y'all know my lucky number. For whatever reason, not that I've ever had luck, so to speak, with it, but I've always considered my lucky number to be number 4, and that's the number of the building that I will be working in, on the 4th floor. 444. It's 444. I'm ready to scrape all this crap off my face. I know that. Okay, I know that. And I'll see you guys here in a bit. so it is a few hours later. I done scraped all that stuff off my face. I don't see how women do it every day. I don't see it. All day long, I felt like just, you know, I'm seeing the foundation. But I got it off, y'all. Well, for the most part. Got it off. I feel cute in the face, but I don't like the feel of it. But anywho, I picked up a few things. I got Little Dude this see-through pouchy thing. They have a whole bunch of them. And because the districts here require clear backpacks. Do y'all require clear backpacks? But these are $1.99. And again, they have a whole bunch of them. And I thought this might be a good switch for Little Dude from his backpack. The district provided them backpacks last year, and they're getting a little scraggly in the straps. So I saw that and thought, might be a good swap. I found another macrame. Lovely. This one holds not too big a pot, but it's okay because I'm sure I have a pot that'll fit it. Matter of fact, I think I already know which pot I want to set in it, but I don't know when, how, or why I became obsessed with these, but I have, and I want to just line a whole section. A whole section of, I don't want to do a wall because then I'd have to buy the hooks to hang them from. But if I could do the little twisty hooks along the eave or something like that inside, I think it would be lovely. So I grabbed another one for $3.99. I found this thing, and I think I have something similar that I found, I don't remember where, but I can't find it. It's a hair accessories collection. It's one of these combs, and you put the little razor blades in there, and you just swing it through your hair to cut off dead ends, split ends. It's supposed to be a trimmer styler. I don't know how brave I'd be to actually go through the head with it, but I just thought it was neat. I don't know how old it is because it looks a little old, but it was $2.99, and I thought this would be neat to, at least for the split ends. I thought it would be cool. So, okay, got that. Then I found this huge giant stack of folders, okay? Little Dude does not use a binder, so these with the holes probably are not going to come in handy. But there are quite a few double folder with tabs, with pockets, without pockets. Look at all of these. And in great condition for $1.99. And I know these are cheap. You can go somewhere and get them for 35 cents. But this is a whole bunch of them. I mean, really nice ones. Unused. So I have yet to see a list come home. Ooh, sorry guys. With Caleb, in regards to what, if any, need he will have for these. But just in case, I couldn't leave him behind. I thought it was really, really cool. And then I put this back twice because I'm like, I wasn't okay with the price. So I put it back twice. That rhymes. I wasn't okay with the price, so I put it back twice. But then I thought, no, you already have one. And it turned out pretty okay. But it was kind of a loner style-wise. But now if you do another one, then you have a duo. So I went ahead and grabbed the cross. It's almost exactly like the other one. Y'all remember the one that I spray painted black and put the big silver cross in the center? I found that one at the Benzo. This one, maybe a little smaller. No, I think it might be the same size. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to spray paint it black. And then the smaller silver crosses that I have, I'm going to put here and here and here and here and here and here and here. So the crosses themselves will make a cross shape, just small. But it was a little expensive. Y'all know I'm cheap. It was $5.99. Can y'all even see that? Now I'll have two when I spray paint it black and put my other crosses. And then it won't be so odd man out with the other one. But that is everything, guys. It has been a long, long day. Good day. But I am just a jumble of emotions. A lot is going on. But I'm sharing it all with you guys because I just want to. I want y'all to come along on this bumpy ride with me. But I am tired. I have to get ready for another day tomorrow. But I wanted to come on and get this out of the way and visit with you guys and do what we do. Okay, do what we do. I'm trying to stay a little more into what we're used to with the thrifting of it all. So until my next go around, guys, excuse me. I'm sorry, I had to look at my nails. I had mascara all up under them. Until my next go around, guys, I love y'all bunches. Bye. So it is the same exact size. It's just a different pattern. Forgive the mess, guys. We live here. The pattern is different on the tile. But it is the same size.